Hi friends. Today I'm going to talk to you about trees. I have a book to read, and then after we learn about trees, we're going to take the computer out to my backyard and we're going to look around and see what kind of trees do I have in my yard. Here's the book. It's called Trees, Trees, Trees. And the author who wrote the book, her name is Nancy Noel Williams. Trees, trees, trees. Here we go. The first picture she's showing us is an acorn tree, and it's a very big tree, and it started out with a little tiny seed from the acorn. The acorn was in the ground, and it grew into a seedling, which is a very small tree plant, and then when it gets a little larger and able to be planted outside into the dirt, it's called a sapling. And then after many, many years, it could even grow bigger than a house. Some trees get super large, some don't get so large. That's why there's so many different cool trees. But that's an acorn tree, how all trees begin to grow, like that. Here are the types, the parts of a tree. Under the ground, like all plants, what are those called? That holds it into the ground. Roots. Yep, a root. The roots hold it strong into the ground, and then the tree trunk, which is made of the wood, the hardwood on a tree, sucks up the water and the minerals out of the dirt up through the tree trunk to go to the top of the tree. Kind of like a straw. When you suck through a straw, it sucks up through the roots, through the trunk and out to the branches or to the needles, and it keeps the tree alive. Did you know that the very top of a tree is called the crown? Like sometimes you might wear a crown on your head. This is called the crown of the tree. Kind of cool, huh? The crown of the tree is the top. Where do trees grow? Lots of places, right? This is a desert. Desert is hot and not much rain, but some trees can actually grow in a desert. All trees need is soil, which is another word for dirt. Soil and dirt mean the same thing. And all things alive need water. Some need more water than others, but they all need water and they need sunlight. All those things together allow things to grow. So there are trees in the desert, trees in the mountains, all over. Here's a small grouping of trees, and they're called a grove of trees. And when you have lots and lots and lots of trees together, and there's trees as far as you can see, it's a forest of trees. And in the forest, there could be lots of animals too. Here is one of two different kinds of trees we're going to learn about today. There are evergreen trees. They stay green all year long. In the winter, in the summer, spring, and the fall, they always stay green. And they can live in different climates, which means different temperatures. And the other kind are needle trees or pine trees. They always stay green. They don't have leaves that fall off. Oh my, look at this tree. All there are is the trunk. You can't see its roots. They're under the ground. And up here are its branches with no leaves. No leaves on that tree right now. But these leafy trees are beautiful. It's fall time. They're changing colors. And that's because they are a deciduous tree. Trees that have leaves that do this, change and fall off every year, are deciduous. Let's clap those syllables. Deciduous. How many syllables? Deciduous. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 syllables in deciduous. So that's a pretty big word. Probably a brand new word for you also. So we have 2. Evergreen trees always stay green. Deciduous trees have leaves that fall off. That's the 2 main parts of things to remember about those trees. Over here it says what foods can grow on a tree. I bet you've all maybe seen apple trees. This girl, she's picking an apple off an apple tree. You could also pick cherries and peaches from trees. There's even orange trees. But also, did you know you can pick grapefruits and lemons off of a tree? And of course, there are nut trees. We saw at the beginning an acorn tree. There's walnut trees and pecans. There's lots of different kinds of trees that have food that grow on them. What do we do with trees? How can we enjoy trees? Well, look at these kids. What are they doing? Playing in the tree. That's a really big, strong tree. They're climbing the tree. Have you ever climbed a tree before? I did, especially when I was younger like you. But if you do climb a tree, make sure a grown-up or somebody big is there with you to make sure that you do it safely. Oh boy, these kids are on a tire swing. They can be a lot of fun too. And down here, it's winter. It's snowy in this picture. These children are hiding under a tree and they're waiting for their friends to come by. I wonder if they're going to have snowball fight. That would be fun. And then last, this little girl, she's just hugging the tree. She must really like that tree. Well, now that we learned about the different types of trees, let's go outside and see what we can find. Okay, guys, I'm outside and it's super sunny outside today. And I first am going to show you, try to get this picture of this tall tree. What kind of tree do you think that is? No leaves on it. It's an evergreen tree. It's a pine tree. Look on the ground. Oh my, I have pine cones. I have so many pine cones that fall all over my yard all the time, especially there was probably hundreds I picked up in the last couple of weeks all over my ground. That was from my pine tree. Then, let's see over here. Oh, here's a flowery tree. I'm not sure which one this is called, but it gets little pretty little flowers on it. And it must be deciduous because it has leaves that are going to fall off in the fall. But it's so pretty. Then, oh, I have some fruit trees. Let me see if I can get, where are my pears? Right, oh, here we go. Pears. I'm going to hold it up. This right here, it's hard to see where my picture is. Sorry. There, these are pears. And these pears are very small right now, but they will grow bigger, about that large, and then we can pick them and I can eat them. Over here, I also have apples. They're so tiny right now. They're like small as a fingernail, but they're going to get larger and larger. And pretty soon this whole tree could be full of apples, and I'll pick them. And I love to make applesauce. Yum. I have many leaf trees, which are what? Deciduous trees. Up there, tall ones too. And then if we go, ooh, another very big, pretty red leaves, that deciduous tree. And I have a pink dogwood tree. Maybe you can see, if I put it up like that there is beautiful pink flowers. Hope you can see it. So there's a lot of different trees right in my backyard. And I hope that you now get to go on a walk and see what types are in your neighborhood. Bye. Hi friends, one more thing before we go. Let's sing our Leaves on the Tree song before, like we used to do at school. Remember, it goes like this. The leaves on the trees turn orange and brown, orange and brown, orange and brown. The leaves on the trees turn orange and brown all through the town. The leaves on the trees go a-tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. The leaves on the trees go tumbling down all through the town. The leaves on the ground go crunch, 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 crunch. The leaves on the ground go crunch, crunch, crunch all through the town. All right, now we're done. Bye.